Hey, I'm Danielle Papagiorgio, and I want to take a few minutes and talk to you about water. And water is, I think it's one of the most important things that we can be drinking. It's on my list of top 12 foods and drinks that you should be adding to your diet. And I'm going to be talking about that at our Food is the Foundation conference on November 6th through 7th. And I will also talk about 12 foods you want to avoid and then practical ways that you can go about that. Because what good is it to learn all these things if you don't know where to go with the information? So water is so essential. In fact, one of the first things I say to my kids anytime that they just are barely starting to get sick, the first thing I say to them is, you need to go drink some water. Drink a big glass of water. And it's just so important. In fact, it's essential to every function of your body, and it flushes toxins that overload your immune system. And it just makes sense if you think about it. You know, if your body, if there's an overload of toxins in your body, how likely is it that you're going to get sick? Are you really going to be able to fight things off if your body is working hard to fight these toxins that are already overloading your immune system? So water, practically speaking, what does it help? So it can help you fight off sickness. It also relieves fatigue, headaches, constipation, and other digestive issues, and it can improve your mood, which is kind of interesting. And again, I think it may simply have to do with getting rid of toxins in your body, flushing those toxins out, because you're more likely to be on edge if your body is struggling and working hard on overdrive against the toxins. So one of the first things that I do when I get moody or snappy with the kids or my husband is I'll just go drink a huge glass of water. And it really is amazing how big a difference that can make. So water with lemon. Why do we add lemon to our water? Why in restaurants do they so often do that? And it's just kind of part of our culture, you know? It's interesting because there's a reason for that. It's not just because it makes it taste nicer, which it does, but lemon actually helps your immune system in the production of lymph, which helps white blood cells and other immune cells to travel throughout your body. And lemon also helps the water in digesting your food. It aids in digestion so that you're going to get all the nutrients out of your food that you can. So what do we need to do to drink more water? Well, first of all, go ahead and calculate how much water you need for your body. And you can just type it into Google. You can find programs that, you know, little calculators, water calculators, that can help you figure that out for your body weight. But listen to your body more importantly, because I find that, you know, especially if I'm struggling with sickness or, you know, especially those who have chronic illness, you probably will find that you need more water. And I've been told, I haven't really confirmed this, but I've been told that when you start to feel thirsty, you're actually already dehydrated. And it makes sense to me because often when I drink, I don't really feel thirsty. But I do notice that once I've gotten to that point, I'm pretty behind in my water intake. So one of the things that I do to make sure I'm getting enough water is I keep a pitcher out on my counter. In the morning, that's one of the first things I do. I go and fill that pitcher up with water. I set it on my counter, and it's a visual. So I can see throughout the day how much water I've been drinking and how much more I need to drink, so I don't get behind, because there's a cumulative effect too. If I get a little bit behind today and then tomorrow I get a little bit more behind, that's just going to multiply over time. So you really want to be careful about getting enough water. So what kind of water should we be drinking? It sounds like kind of a crazy question to ask, like water's water, right? Well, you go into any grocery store and you'll see an aisle full of all these different options. It's crazy, but of course the food industry is going to capitalize on whatever they can. So today we have all sorts of options. We have vitamin water, alkaline water, spring water, distilled water. A lot of these really are just marketing gimmicks and a way to get you to spend a little bit more money because, oh, I'm getting extra vitamins in this water. Well, you know, just go and eat some healthy food. I don't know why we have to have vitamins in our water, not to mention the fact that those vitamin waters a lot of times have extra things added that are not healthy at all. So really the best kind of water to drink is filtered water from a reverse osmosis unit. If you can get a whole house filtration system, that's really going to be your best option. And then you're also not breathing in the chlorine when you take a shower, because that's actually a real danger too. But you know, it is an investment. I think it's one of the best investments you can make, since water is really essential to all functions of our bodies. And remember that 60 to 70% of your body is made up of water. So I think it's one of the best investments you can make, since it's so essential to our health. But if you do not have the money to invest in that at this point, at least go and buy yourself, do your research, buy yourself a good pitcher that has a carbon filter in it, because those are relatively inexpensive and you need to be doing something. And bottled water is really not the way to go for a number of reasons. It's expensive for one thing, but much of it, actually up to 40%, is just tap water. You're just drinking tap water. You might as well just go and, you know, fill your glass at the sink, because there's no regulation on that. Companies are allowed to sell bottled water that's just tap water. And you also really have to consider the fact that you're drinking out of a plastic bottle. And you think about when they ship that bottled water, you know, it's in these hot conditions, and that the chemicals in that plastic are leaching out into the water. So one of the main concerns is BPA, which is in plastic, and that is a hormone disruptor. That's really something you don't want to be drinking. You know, we don't want to be drinking bottled water. Finding the cleanest source of water is something that's important, and it's something that I'd love to help you figure out, actually. I'm having, as I mentioned before, our Food is the Foundation conference is coming up November 6th and 7th in Concord, North Carolina, and I'm charging a super minimal fee, because this is something that I want to do to help others to learn this information and to apply it. I've actually been endorsed by a researcher that you may have heard of, AJ Lanigan, has given me a great endorsement. I have a lot of doctors, alternative health practitioners of various sorts that are supporting this endeavor by letting me have my flyers in their offices, and they really believe in what I'm doing. So I hope that you will go to my website, foodisthefoundation.com. Just go on there right now, check your calendar, clear your calendar, you know, just go ahead and clear it, and put this on your calendar and register today before you forget, or before other things that aren't as important crowded out, because food is the foundation. It's essential to our health and to so many things. And if you register this week, I'm actually going to throw in an extra special gift that I'm not going to tell you about. It's a surprise. And also, I want to offer you registration this week only for $10. $15 is super reasonable, but I'm just going to knock off $5 off that price this week, because I want to get you all there. So I hope you will join me. I hope I will see you. And I'm looking forward to sharing more information with you about the top 12 foods to be eating and the top 12 to avoid. I'll see you later.